Morning, new phone, new camera, talking to myself. So I'm just going to say it out loud. So at least if I know that nobody's watching these videos, and then I can just babble on about financial information, and it's just what I'm doing for myself, and then I'll realize that it'll just help me basically internalize my plans are and what they're doing. So then I'll be able to like logically prove out things that aren't realistic and aren't going to work, because people in this world are just inundated with ideas about stuff that they just come up with on their own, that they hallucinate. Kind of like how AI hallucinates things. Well, people do the same thing, but it's just like ideas that aren't really true. Like, people think not to offend myself, but like the earth is flat or something lame like that. And then you just come up with this idea and you think it's real. So with that being said, I don't know, that was probably a stupid example. But anyways, so the whole focus of my thing here is increasing my net worth, increasing my spendable income, and saving as much as possible, and not saving, but when I say saving, I mean investing. I kind of lump those two things together. And then also making myself financially independent. That's it. That's what I need. That's my main goal, is financial independence. So now that I'm speaking out loud and I'm broadcasting what I can hear, even though I don't know, nobody's clicking on this, but that's okay. My point is examine my investments. So let's see, there's Bitcoin. That's my main motivator. That's my main goal of investing. And then because I'm such a Bitcoiner and I believe in this wholeheartedly, the next thing is stocks that are affected by Bitcoin, right? So I'm invested in MicroStrategy, and ASST, which is Strive. And my biggest question is, does it make any sense to be investing in STRC, which is like a high yield dividend, but long range, it doesn't increase in value. So it's tied to the dollar, which is losing value, which is counterintuitive to what I want to do. But 11.5 once a month, that could give me workable income. But I don't have a ton of money in there. So it's like literally like paying me like a bunch of nothing. So, well, I shouldn't say nothing, but such a small, minuscule amount, it doesn't affect me at all. Like, I could go to Starbucks and wipe that out. So I won't do that. I won't go to Starbucks. So another thing about me is I have an established family, and they all have wants and needs, and my goals in life is to facilitate those wants and needs for those people. So it sounds vain, I'm just talking about myself, but I think my brain is going into a direction, is what I implement myself, what I do for myself is also betters other people. So if you follow not so much what I'm doing, but what my intentions are, then it'll also help you out. So maybe if I give you an idea about what I'm doing. So like, Like I'm doing this. I'm making videos. And I just need to do this every day. I'm going to do it on my way to my first call every day. And through my goal of doing this is to just get people listening to it. Because I find that when I talk about this stuff to certain other people, when they resonate with me, it's like, oh man, I'm like good information, you know, for them. But then if it doesn't resonate, then they don't really listen to me for a whole, basically nothing. I'm just babbling onto myself like I'm doing right now. So, does that make sense? Yes. So what I'm trying to say is, if this is of some value to that future person that's not listening to this in the future, or then maybe someday, but at least I'm helping myself by saying it out loud. So right now, my goal is to just keep my finances below and go with that one dude. What was it? It's shoot, I can't remember. He puts out a newsletter. His name's like Lakshmi Singh. He's like a Sikh dude. He's like Indian or Pakistani, one of those. And he is he's always talking about 75, 15, 10, which means that he spends 75% of his income, he saves 15 and invests 10, or invest 10 or invest 15 and saves 10, something like that. And so the first thing I have to focus on, and I gotta keep focusing on this, is reducing my cost of living. And the number one way I can do that is by lowering my debt. So as I lower my debt, which I'm pretty good, actually. I got one car I'm paying off. I've got another car that's just sitting there that I don't need, so I need to sell that. And then I also have to pay more on my house, so future money's not being wasted, because my house is very affordable. I got in 2022 with a good interest rate, and he's also, another thing he's always saying is, so I got to keep it, my goal is to hit that 75, which is hard, man. I fluctuate and I need to drill down further. So the structure of my saving system is what I'm always working on. So I got to be careful though, when I get over what I'm supposed to have, like my minimum amount I need to have in savings, and then start dumping on paying off my debt, and then investing at the same time, because there's also so many good investments that I'm seeing pop up all the time, and I'm like, oh, I want to buy it, you know, because I'm greedy too, and I want to buy these things, and I'm afraid I'm going to miss out in the future, because there's also the idea that if I don't buy it now, then it's going to be more expensive in the future when I want to buy it, so I don't want to miss out on opportunities. But those opportunities cost me my ability to that cost me my ability to pay off my debt. And the more I pay off my debt, then the more money I'll have to spend on investments in savings in the future. So the 75 is eating away at my 10 and my 15. And also, I'm beating my kids over the head. So when I think about Bitcoin, I think I gotta stop because it's like future money that I don't have right now, but I have it. So if all these experts and stuff say how much that they need to have rich in the future, then I probably got enough already. So, but it's so desirable because I'm like, oh man, if it's gonna be worth this much money in the future, and right now, so you just know it was like 75,000. End of the bear market, I'm assuming, and it's about to explode and take off. Whether all that's true or not, I don't know. That's other people, so I don't make any sort of predictions about where that stuff's gonna go. But I just know my logic says that all these rich people are buying and buying and buying nonstop. So if all these rich institutions are buying Bitcoin at this crazy rate, then that means that I should be buying that stuff too. So I did buy. I bought a whole bunch of it. But it's like I feel like I'm never gonna have enough of it, but then we'll see, because once it hits, then it seems like when I look at it, I'm like, man, I don't own a lot of it. But then if it hits in the future, then that's like I'll have way more than everybody else, So 10 years into the future, it's going to be insane. So that's all I got to say about that. I totally lost track of what I was talking about. Yeah. So right now I'm balancing. I'm trying to balance all these things, but it's going to get easier in the future. And I just got a bump from taxes. So now I got to be really super careful not to spend all that money, because there's so many things that I should be buying, that I need to be buying, that's going to make the cost of my living. Hang on.